my name is Bella Ziegler. Last video I said I was going to do a life story, so here it is. I was born in 2004, November 7th, and I don't really know what time. I haven't really asked that. That's not a question I ask. And when I was born in California of Los Angeles, and I was in a huge house, and it was long and white, and I loved it, but I lived there until I was 2 years old. When I was 4 years old, I moved to a new house, and it was on the Bulker Street. I'm not going to say the address, I'm just going to tell the street. So we lived there for 8 years. Then after that, we moved to Georgia. Wait, I missed a thing in there. When we were in California, my brother was older. He was the first child. I had older brother and older sister. My brother was, I think, my brother was 8 years older than me, and my sister was 5 years older than me. So I was the youngest one in the house, and that wasn't hard at all. So, I mean, that was cool, but my brother had a disorder, which was MD, I think it's called, and he couldn't walk at all, which was really sad. So I, of course, being little, I would say, haha, you can't walk, and now I'm really, really, like, mad at myself because I said that. That was really rude of me, and now that he's gone and I can't say sorry, that's the worst thing in my life. But after that, we moved to Georgia. And so we thought Georgia would be a new start for us, and it really was. We were going great. We lived with our Aunt Cindy, and life was great there. We had a great school. I made so much more friends there. But it was time to move because they were moving and we didn't have enough money for the house. So we had to move the house and go to Florida with them where they were moving. First we took a vacation in Florida though, because we didn't want to be like, oh, okay, we have to go to Florida. We could have gone to California back, but since my brother died there, he didn't die there. Since he was there and we just moved, my mother wasn't really good with that right now. So she said, no, not yet. So we decided to go to Florida. Our vacation was really hot just because it was the summertime. So we were expected hot time. But after that, it was a really good experience. So first in Florida, I went to elementary prime, and I have to say that was the best year of my life. I made my best friend Charmaine, my best friend Lauren, and Alexis, and my friend Emily, and it was just a group that we had to hang out with every day. It was for 2 years, and we loved it, like, it was inseparable from us, all of us. If we went to the swings, everyone would have to come. We went to the swings, we went to the tree. That was the only places, because we didn't really like anywhere else because other kids would intrude. So we are by ourselves sometimes because we don't like other kids most of the time unless they're friends. And if they want to be friends, sure, that's fine. But that was the best year of my life. It made me so much happier after my brother died. Not to that point yet. After everything has happened, we have so much moving. And I've been saying my brother died so many times because he died in California. I just forgot to add that. Since he had a disease. When he was 15, he had a heart attack. It was really scary. One of the scariest moments of my life. We just woke up and he was screaming, "Mom, Rob," because that was our dad's name. So he was like, "Mom, Rob, come." And since they're in the same room, they heard him right away, and he was shaking. He was like, he couldn't breathe. So for him to say Mom and Rob was a miracle because he could actually talk. And so by the screaming, me and my sister woke up. We had a bunk bed, so I kind of fell out of the top, and I did sprain my ankle, but I went out there, and there was ambulance out there taking him to the doctors, and it was really scary because I didn't want my brother to pass away. And during that time, it was really hard because I was only 8 years old. So you can imagine all that stress on an 8-year-old because their brother is going to a hospital because he can't walk or he can't breathe. And sadly, none of my friends were there for that because I was a very weird child. I still am. So I really had no friends. And I only really had one, and she turned out to be a backstabber at the end. So after that, we were really confident. We said, okay, he's not gonna die. No one worry, he's never gonna die. And it was a week later when we all went to go see him, and he was just in the worst pain we have ever seen him in. It was horrible for us to see. We just ran out to the door and started crying. I remember my sister had us both in her arms, just crying all together. So my mom said, it's time to go home. We can't see you guys like this. So my mom and my dad stayed there with him. And everyone else that was there, my grandma, me, my sister, and some girl named Maddie, she's my cousin, and she had to stay with us because her mother was there with her too, with Mike, my brother. So we all went home with Maddie, my sister, grandma, and me. And since I was so like, yes, he's never gonna die, like, he can't die. So every time she tried to play with his stuff, I was like, no, that's his. When he comes back, he's gonna play with it. But then I heard my grandma crying and yell Bella, so I came out there, and it was my grandma crying in tears, saying that my brother had passed away, and he was only 16 because he died a week after his birthday, which must have been really hard because you don't want to die at the age of 16. That would be horrible. So we decided to move to Georgia, and that's when it happened. But now we're in Florida, and I could tell this is going to be the best experience of my life. But there's also been an incident with my cousin. So I guess I'll get a little bit into that. My aunt Kristen, she is my actual mother's sister. My aunt Cindy is my dad's sister. But yeah, my aunt Kristen was like doing drugs, and my cousin couldn't stay in the house. It was so dangerous. So we got moved to an orphanage, and it was really sad for us because he was close to us. The closest a cousin could probably ever be. He stayed with us for about 4 years because like every summer he would come over, and we got so excited. And it's just, we loved him so much, and for him to be put into an orphanage was really hard for us because we didn't like people going to orphanage if we love them and we know that we can take care of them if we were there. So my mother felt really guilty about herself. She thought it was her fault that we moved, and if we didn't move, he would be such a happier place right now. But he is happy right now. He's not dead or anything. He's just in an orphanage with other friends and stuff, so that's really good. And so, yeah, since my birthday is in 2 months and I'm 11, I am really surprised that I've gone through this. Like, I've moved so much. if I've actually moved across the United States. And I'm not saying like, oh yeah, I moved from Florida to California, which is across the states. But I did have to stop every state to get a keychain from my mother. So I have been to almost every state. So, not almost all the states. Only been to like 15. But it was really bad time for me when we moved because we had a van with okay. So we had a van with 11 seats. My mother sat in front with my dad, so 1, 2. And then my grandma and my sister, me and my sister, so 4. Then my grandma and my brother. My grandma always came with us, but when we were in the van, we sat there and my brother wasn't sitting there, and it was just really hard for us not even to cry a little bit because that's where he always sat because he had to sit there because he was big. Like, how are you supposed to do exercise if you can't walk? It was really hard. So that's pretty much all, and I want to thank all of my friends that's have me come through this. I know it's been 3 years, but it felt like I could remember the whole day yesterday. And it's really sad to think about sometimes. I know I have other friends that have gone through dramatic changes in their life too. And it's very, very sad for a little kid or an older/younger kid just to go through anything in life. I am not saying, oh, if you're 5 and something dramatic happens, yeah, that's crazy. But if you're 15 and something dramatic happens, that's crazy too. I don't care if you're young or old. You could be 86 and your mom dies. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Like, I'm so sorry for your loss. It's not like I would be like, oh, you're 5 years old and your mother died. Oh my goodness, let's get you everything in life. I treat everyone the same if they get hurt or sad, because if I don't give one person the same amount of love I do to the other, then they might feel even more sad. So I just want to thank special friends like Lauren, Alexis, and Charmaine, and everyone else that's helped me gone through this, and whoever just sees this video. I want to let you know that self-harm is not the correct thing to do. If you self-harm made people worry about me, and the look on their faces made me worry about myself even more than I've ever done. So please do not do self-harm or anything. I have tried it before one time and it never worked. But this is my life story, and you can hate, like I said. I'm going to end my videos like this. I don't care if you hate. I've gone through so many things in my life. So if you want to hate, go ahead. I would actually make a poster out of it. I love all comments and all unlikes and all likes and subscribes and all comments. So if you want to, go ahead. But if not, you could just click away or tap away or use a button to go away. I think that's Android and phones and computers, but a link in description will be for any sad video I find. If there is a description, I don't think I could find any other sad videos like this one, but if it's something related, I guess I'll put it there. And I'm also going to put the list of my name's friends in the end at the bottom description. If I could find their YouTube accounts, then I'm going to put their YouTube account. But if I can't, then I'm just going to put their names. So, bye.